What's up, guys? I'm Nick.
And I'm Myra.
And this is Kenna.
You gotta say, and I'm Kenna.
Say, I'm Kenna. Don't wave. We gotta do it over. Take 3. You gotta say, I'm Kenna, okay?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
What's up, guys? I'm Nick.
I'm Myra. You can't keep drinking the juice. Say, I'm Kenna. Say, I'm Kenna.
Don't get shy when the camera comes on.
You getting cute.
You can't be shy when the camera come on.
You gotta say, I'm Kenna.
I'm Kenna.
Okay, we gotta do it over though.
Say 1, 2, 3.
What's up, guys? I'm Nick.
I'm Myra.
And
say, I'm Kenna.
You know what?
It's a wrap for you.
All right, go with Daddy.
Later.
Yeah, you gotta talk to the guys later. You want to talk to the guys?
Okay, you did talk to the guys.
You said hi to the guys. Now we gotta go. You gotta go so we can talk to the guys.
All right, bye guys. Have a nice day, guys. See you
That's
later.
the end of the show.
Say bye to me.
Stop it. Say bye to the guys. What's up, guys? I'm Nick.
And I'm Myra.
And let's chat.
Satchai on the beat.
Guys, so I first of all want to apologize if I yawn in this video because I am tired. I was up at 2:30 this morning. Don't ask me why you looking at me like that.
I don't know. I slept good last night.
I woke up and I couldn't fall back to sleep, and then I had to be up in 5 hours for work, so I was up all day. But that gave me time to be on the internet researching some of this stuff that we're gonna talk about. So I'm gonna set the timer. I was undecided at first if I wanted to do the timer, if I just wanted to talk, but we're going to do the timer.
Yeah, let's do the timer because we get carried away.
We do get carried away. So I'm going to set it 30 minutes. Can y'all see that?
There we go.
It started. All right. So first of all, I want to talk about this celebrity college cheating scandal.
Which I just learned
And
about.
I just told her about it.
So,
y'all know Aunt Becky, right? From Full House. Apparently, Aunt Becky is a little sneaky. And paid to get her daughters into USC, one of the top colleges in the country.
It's a crazy, I guess, thing, but I'm not really shocked because that's what people do.
No, but come on now,
it's not okay. But when you got money,
so my thing is,
what you do.
I remember what it was like getting my acceptance letter to school.
Mm-hmm.
Like that excitement, like you work hard, you was nervous. I didn't even get to go to the school that I got accepted to because we couldn't afford it. But you got people out here just throwing money at people who probably didn't earn it. Like one of her daughters got a YouTube channel. I think she ended the YouTube channel. But she even said in the video, school isn't even that important. So your mama paid for you to get into school without you having to take the SATs or whatever the issue is.
Here I go playing devil's advocate.
See? This got me mad.
So I also remember the feeling of being excited. I got accepted to college, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think about it, some kids go to college all the time and just because their parents to make their parents happy. I mean, I understand why people would be mad about it because she didn't work for it, I guess.
Exactly, she didn't. So you got people out there who work hard, who studied for the SATs, studied for the ACTs, sitting there. That's probably their first choice school or whatever, and they probably didn't get accepted because
she got her way paid in.
These two girls got their way paid in.
That's the way of the world. It's not okay, but it's
not cool. I'm a little disappointed in Aunt Becky, but she screwed herself over because what's the saying? What's done in the dark always come to light or something like that.
Okay, wait. So she paid the dean or somebody.
She paid the guy of admissions or something like that. This is allegedly. Let's say allegedly, but the FBI, the FBI is involved. She did have to go to court. She turned herself in, and I think she had to pay $1 million bail to get out. Something
You paying
along-
them to get their kids in school. You better find that $1 million to get yourself out of jail.
Her and Felicity Huffman. If y'all don't know who Felicity Huffman is, she's from Desperate Housewives from back in the day.
Which one was she? Because I used to
was
dabble with that show.
she was the mom with the twins. Remember she had the crazy boys that was always getting.
Oh
into
yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Her.
Little blonde back
Yeah,
okay,
her.
Okay.
She also, I guess, is a part of this whole ring of celebrities or rich people. I don't know if it's all just celebrities, but rich people
That's
paying
what
to
rich
get their
people
kids
do.
into school.
Now I'm wondering if people are more mad that these rich people are getting exposed. And I don't want to throw a race card out there, but is it a rich white thing? Like,
I don't know. I haven't heard about any black people.
So are we
I don't know.
shocked? Like, I'm not really shocked by this story because I feel like this is stuff that happens all the time. So is it that people are mad that they're getting exposed for this? I think people do it all the time. People pay to get their kids into jobs, into schools, into I mean, it's just now because it's a celebrity now is a problem.
That might be it. You throwing money at something, and you got people who probably can't afford, like I said, who can't afford to pay for college or who's struggling, and you just hear, one of the things that kind of made me mad was, they were saying that they would pay for somebody to either take the SATs or the ACTs for their kids. Like, this is some of them because they wasn't smart enough to pass it on their own. They would pay somebody to do it, or the proctor would be paid to change the answers so that it looked like they got a good grade, so that they could, yeah.
I mean, how many TV shows and stuff do they put this in? All these little kids love the Disney Channel. It's probably where their parents learned it from, watching them on Disney.
I don't know. Oh, wait, before we finish, I forgot to say Happy St. Patrick's Day to my fellow Irish people out there.
God.
I knew you was going to say that. Y'all, I'm
Jesus.
Irish. So I wanted to say Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Can we move along off
people.
this topic too?
We can move off of it. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the Jussie Smollett thing. So I am going to officially say that I stand with Jussie because I don't believe that he set it up. So
I'm glad you brought this up because I was watching this thing on BET about Define Injustice, and I want you to first tell what you
I feel
you feel like
so that. Recently, before we talked about it in the last episode, some of the reasons why they were saying that Jussie set this up is because he knew the guys. Mm-hmm. He wrote them a check for what was it, $5,000? Did I say last time? I don't remember. I should have wrote that down, but he wrote them a check. They have a paper trail and all of this stuff. So they were saying that he staged it. So the new information that is coming up is, yes, he did know these guys because they were extras on Empire. That's how he met them. Mm-hmm. So for those of you who watch Empire, you don't. But for those of you who watch Empire, they were in, I guess, a couple of the scenes when Lucius got sent to jail, when Chris Rock was guest starring. So they were some of the inmates. So he did know them. So what is coming out is that he actually approached them because I think they were either shirtless or something, and they're pretty muscled guys. And he was just like, I like your body, not in a
homosexual type of way.
I want to get with you type of thing, but he putting out new music. He does have some music out or whatever, and he was like, well, he wanted to get in shape for his video. This is what they saying, So he wanted to get in shape for his video. So he wanted to know if they would be willing to train him. And they agreed. Yeah, we could train you. And so the check that he wrote, it said $5,000. Have you ever written a check?
Yeah, I know.
You right? Yeah, well, yeah. People don't use checks anymore like that.
I was born when we used to write checks, so I learned how to write checks in school.
You know how you put the memo line and you put what the check is for? So on the check, it says for training and nutrition. Okay. On the memo line, that there are text message exchange between Jussie and one of the brothers. I have their names, Abel and Ola. So there's text messages exchanged with one of them where he's like, I got a nutrition plan set for you. This is what you're going to do for your nutrition. Jussie's replying, I couldn't open the document. Can you resend it or send something about email or whatever? Yeah. So there's a paper trail that he really was talking to these guys about getting trained. Yeah. Now there's also two other people who were extras on the set. or a crew or something on the set, or was there the day that those guys were extras. And they said that those two brothers were making very homophobic comments and stuff like that. Like, because one of the extras is homosexual. Jussie's a homosexual, and Lee Daniels, who created and directed the show, is a homosexual. And so the comment came up, would you ever be friends with, a gay guy? Nah, I would never be friends with a F word. We're not going to say that, but just being very derogatory and hateful, and just showing that they just really disliked gay people, that there were too many gay people around and all of this. So I'm sorry, I stand with Jussie. I think there's something fishy in the water.
So let me put my 2 cents in it and how I tie this all together. So as I'm watching this Finding Justice thing, they're talking about like the Stand Your Ground law, how it's against black people. But more importantly, they talk about how in America, this law was created because it's to protect basically white people against black people. And it's like, it made me think about this whole situation because although it's like, it started out to be a hate crime, Jussie Smollett, is that how you say his last name? Because he's gay, it turned out to be a hate crime. But then we instantly say like, oh, he lied and he's guilty. And then it just made me think like how America is trained, oh, he black, so he's guilty. So then it became more of a like, oh, you lying type of thing. So being a black man, although it was a hate crime against like him being a homosexual, now everybody looking at you like, hey, you're guilty because you're black, so you had to have this dumb enough to write a check. And I even said to myself, like, I mean, not because he was black, but I'm like, why would you write a check?
I said the same thing. It's a paper trail. They don't do that.
Is media too, because look how they trickled out the information. So it didn't tell you like, oh, this check was written for purposes of personal training and nutrition. Oh, he just had a check that he issued to these people that's linked.
Yep.
So it's like, let me trickle out this information so y'all think that he lying and he guilty.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then let's talk about the fact that the photos that we got leaked to the media of these two brothers when nobody knew who the guys were that attacked Jussie at the time, and then they were arrested. We didn't get like a photo of them walking into a prison or a jail. We didn't get like a mugshot. We got their headshots. Those the photos that got that was shown.
Not the
everywhere.
Thugged out extra pictures from
their
Empire that show them being a prisoner or an inmate, because that's going to depict the type of person that you was in this situation.
The headshots, like, are they trying to become famous? Is my question. Why your headshot? Why you? How did this interviewer or this person who leaked the headshots get a copy of your headshots when nobody at first really knew who?
But
the two
either
brothers
way, I feel like, again, when black people do stuff in the media that's bad or something that's publicized, we got to find the worst picture ever. Like, it can't be a headshot or a picture from graduation. It got to be you at a party or something with all this. Yeah, that's true. Looking like a thug, like with the jewelry or the chain, the gold teeth and the gear and all that. Like, why can't that person headshot be put up like that?
Yeah. I get what you're saying. Media. I get what you're saying. I mean, I don't want to spend too much time on Jussie, but I just wanted to put that out there after this new.
I mean, that makes more sense now that they put the actual information out. Like, it makes more sense now.
Like, he's actually going to court now,
and I say ulterior
motive. Yeah, he's going to court, and I think they're filing a suit against the Chicago PD for leaking information and leaking false information. So. I stand with Jussie.
Okay, I believe him now.
Yeah. I don't believe you set this up. I don't believe you set this up. But so, to the real topic. How much time we got? Let me find this open. We got 18 minutes, so we got to talk. To the real topic, this whole R. Kelly nonsense. So, I woke up at 2:30 this morning. Could not fall asleep. Could not go back to sleep. So, what do? I pull my phone out, and I'm on my phone. I did not, when we talked about Surviving R. Kelly, that first video that we did about this man, I did not watch the entire docuseries. I'm going to admit that. I did not get a chance to watch the whole thing. So I still have not watched the entire thing, but I watched the second to last episode of that. I also have seen the interview that Azriel and Joycelyn did.
I watched that.
different clips online from different things, like stuff from their past.
I know that's not funny, but whoever made that meme and put that trapped in the closet music, that was hilarious.
So
I just had to mention that because that was hilarious.
What I want to say
it seems like something out of a trapped in the closet.
You tagged me in the Joycelyn and Azriel interview, so I watched it. And I don't know, I know a lot of people do it, but one of the things that I do is when I watch a video or after I watch a video, I go to the comments.
Yeah, I read comments.
And I read the comments. Just trying to see what other people are saying, what other people vibe they got off of it. One of the things that made me upset was there was a lot of people on there saying, oh, we wasn't talking about Hugh Hefner and his young girlfriends. So why are we talking about R. Kelly and his? First of all, I had a lot to say about Hugh Hefner and his young girlfriends because what them girls doing with that old man, that old dirty man. But aside from that, he didn't keep them hidden away. They was out there. They knew what they was getting from being in a relationship with Hugh Hefner.
But
they was getting fame.
I mean, I'm not saying that what R. Kelly did was okay, but who's to say that these young girls didn't know the same thing? And talk about Azriel and Joycelyn, it honestly is the same situation as it is with Hugh Hefner. These girls went and got with this man because they wanted to be famous. He was going to write the music. He was going to produce the music.
That's the other part that I wanted to get to is, so along with watching their interviews, I saw past videos that they either posted on social media or I don't know if it was on like a Facebook or something, or if it was YouTube that they posted on, but it was of them singing. First of all, Azriel has a beautiful voice. If you have not seen a video of her singing, her voice, that girl, she could have made it. She has a beautiful voice. And so, one of the things that I remember from watching, when I watched that 5th episode of Surviving R. Kelly, is that her parents were saying, she was at a meeting alone at a hotel with R. Kelly, and that she had called him and told him she was there, and they was like, why you by yourself with him? So then they went to go get him, and she got upset. He was interviewing me. Y'all trying to ruin my chance. He really about to make me big. How long has she been with this man? Since she was 17 years old, and she is 21 years old. I have not heard of Azriel until this whole thing happened.
But how many of those other women in that whole docu-series that said that, R. Kelly was going to write music for me?
But see, that's what I'm saying.
R. Kelly was going to make me famous.
That's what I'm saying.
So is that why you would say, like, I'm not going to say you're for Hugh Hefner necessarily, but you're different.
But I think it's a different situation. I think it's a different situation. Like those girls had a show. They was out there. They knew what they was getting, and when they got what they got, they left him.
But who's to say it wasn't all a front, just like how these girls doing?
I mean,
because how many other women did Hugh Hefner have? He had a ton. He never know about, that we never seen, that never got famous.
It didn't matter if we saw them or not, or if they got famous. We all knew Hugh Hefner. It was out there. Everybody talked about it. He had a house full of females that was his girlfriends. He was sleeping with some of them. He wasn't sleeping with some of them. I don't know, because now my thing is we didn't see these girls until we needed to see these girls. Do you get what I'm saying?
Okay, here I go playing devil advocate again. As a 20 or 32-year-old male, I'm not going to want to broadcast the fact that I'm dating a 17, 18-year-old girl for this reason.
Not even with them being 17, 18. I'm talking about even when they were older.
But even still, I'm saying, like, I'm not going to publicize this because now y'all going to talk about me like a dog, because even with my girlfriend being 23 and I'm 46 or I'm 50, that's not okay because she's younger than me. Like,
see,
I don't know.
That's different because I did find a photo. I found plenty of photos of him and one of his exes who was 20-something, and this was when he was like 49.
So are we upset because they're not broadcasting their relationship?
Not that they're not broadcasting, but, there's more to it, because with watching the interview, I feel like people seem to forget that Stockholm Syndrome is an actual thing. Like, and you just made a face.
I don't know what that is. I'm not
Stockholm Syndrome is, I'm trying to figure out another example. I don't want to use R. Kelly as the example. I want to use another example. So say, you walking down the street one night
Mm-hmm.
and some man come and grab you and kidnap you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know where you at. He got you locked up in his basement or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He give you meals. He raping you, but he taking care of you as well. You get sometimes where y'all get to go out in public, but then he also telling you lies. Your family don't love you. Nobody's even looking for you and all of this. So after a while, you start to depend on him. And although maybe there was a part of you that was afraid of him, you start to fall for him. That's your protector.
What you think is happening?
So
with
I
these
believe
girls?
that that's what's happened with these girls. I feel like they suffer. I don't believe that they're necessarily brainwashed, is what everybody is saying. They're brainwashed. They're brainwashed. I feel like it came to a certain point where he gives, but he can also take. And when it's good, it's good. You know what I mean? So that's what they hold on to. They hold on to those good times. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, you know, they punished and they gonna stay to themselves and try to follow the rules so they don't get punished. But when it's good, it's good. So that's what they hold on to, and then that's what they, you know.
So if R. Kelly really had something to hide, do you not think that he would have tried to keep them away from doing that interview with Gail?
Nope, not at all.
Because it kind of feeds into the
because
whole,
it keeps it shows if they're out in public now. And they're doing appearances, doing interviews. They're walking the streets shopping and paparazzi is following them around or whatever. Then it shows he's not keeping us locked up. What you mean? We're not locked up. We're not locked up.
So back to this.
When Joycelyn was in LA with Dominique, when her mom came and found her. Mm-hmm. And that whole interview. Oh, well, he's back in Chicago and I'm out here living my life. But where did they stay? That hotel that whole time. With handlers watching them, make sure they didn't get too far.
You about to make me lose my train of thought of what I was about to say. The interview. So I watched that whole little clip or whatever. I don't know if it was the entire interview, but
it wasn't. It was cut up.
One thing that I would say is about this whole, what do you call it, Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
The one reason why I would say like I could agree with that is because of the way the girl Joycelyn was, like her body language, her facial expressions, like how she responded. And it's more, she's like, oh, well, I'm upset. I didn't get that she was upset. I could kind of see, like, that thing with her. But with the girl Azriel, on the other hand, like how she's saying,
I got a point about that,
how
too.
she was saying her parents was doing this for money and this and that and the third. I'm not going to front, in a sense, I believe her.
I got it.
And I'm going to tell you why, real quick, I believe her. Because at first it started out, okay, first of all, let's go back to the very beginning that her parents took her to that R. Kelly concert and they encouraged her to go up there to VIP and go backstage with him and all that other stuff. Though.
There's two sides to every story, right? There's three sides, they say. There's his side, her side, and the truth, right? So you got the parents saying R. Kelly pulled her up on the stage and they, you know, he was acquitted of those crimes before, so they didn't think anything of it. Because he didn't just pull her, he pulled other girls. Then you got R. Kelly saying, they wanted her up on the stage. They encouraged her. So honestly, that point, in that sense, we can't differentiate which one, who's telling the truth.
But
you know what I mean?
This is where I'm going to, let me keep making my point.
Go ahead.
So then it turns into, oh, R. Kelly wanted to meet with her. He wanted to produce her. She got a good voice. She sang for him, blase, blase. It started out, oh, me, my husband, my daughter, or my son will always go with her. Right? So at what point did y'all feel comfortable enough to not make somebody go? Now, her
did you miss that part of the interview?
I don't know, but
episode 5?
It don't matter. But it's been a while since I watched it. But for me, as a parent, if I feel like even in the beginning I gotta go with my child, this is technically a grown man. My daughter is 17 years old. If she's going to meet with a grown man in the studio, it doesn't matter. Somebody's gonna be there. Yeah. If I got to get my sister, my cousin, my best friend, somebody's going to be there. It doesn't matter. Yeah, so no matter how comfortable, oh, he's okay, he's good, no. And then she was saying like the daughter had got on there, the older sister or whatever was on the interview. I don't know if it was in that one or the next one.
It might have been the next one.
But she was talking about how she herself experienced a situation where she's like, oh no, this not good. But she left her sister.
So that is on a different thing.
See, I don't agree with this whole. I think in a sense, Azriel, whatever her name is, Azriel is telling the truth about her parents wanting money. The whole documentary type of thing, it just didn't
So
I don't know.
There was the point where they said he
too.
passed the number to Azriel after the concert, and her father took the number and gave it to the mom, and then they decided that if he does want to help her pursue her career, her dreams in music and stuff, one of them would always have to be there. So they said that in the interview, and then they said that the time that they weren't there was when she went to go see R. Kelly by herself, and they didn't know that she was talking to R. Kelly, that her and R. Kelly had been communicating, and they didn't know it. And then she said that she called home. She was at work. She called home. She said Azriel was supposed to be home at that time, so she was calling, I guess, to check up on her, and she wasn't home. So she trying to figure out where her daughter is, and then she said Azriel called her and said, "Well, I'm at this hotel with R. Kelly, and so she was like, "Oh, okay." So she told her whoever she worked with, "I gotta go." That's what she said. I'm going by what she said in the interview in the documentary. Said she gotta go. She said she called her husband, told him what was going on, and he said, "I will meet you there." They pulled up, saw her car there, saw the tour bus, so they knew they was at that hotel. So they went in, talked to the manager. We need to know where R. Kelly is. The manager wouldn't tell them anything, so they was banging on doors. We need to find her. And security told them they had to stay out. They had to wait. And then when her daughter came down, and she was upset, like, "Y'all ruining this chance for me. He was really interviewing me, But then they wanted to know, why was he doing it alone? They said they talked to R. Kelly. Why are you meeting her alone?
But R. Kelly
R. Kelly had said,
he got acquitted
but this
of
was
his
the thing.
charges,
But
so why y'all worried?
Because it was still a 17-year-old girl and a grown man.
Oh, but he got acquitted.
That's true. It's they were kind of wishy-washy and being hypocritical with that. But they said that they asked him about that, and he said that, and they said that he told them that Azriel told him that they was cool with her coming by herself, that he didn't know she didn't get her parents' permission to be there. That's how that went down. And then it was like, well, from here on out.
Okay, so at what point did they stop sending somebody? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Probably when she ran away.
At what point do you get comfortable enough to say? But probably the first time, when she first got the call and found out that she wasn't there, and she found out the girl was at a hotel, they rushed to the hotel. So at what point was it not as important to still go and make sure that your daughter was okay? That's where my mind is.
What do you mean? So you mean like when they went to the hotel?
Right, what I'm saying, the first time that they found out, you just said the mom got a call at work. She told whoever she was working with, "Oh, I got to leave," whatever. Her and her husband pulled up to the hotel where they found out Azriel was. So at what point down the line did y'all decide that y'all wasn't going to pull up on her no more? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
But they never said they never pulled up. She ran away. Remember, they contacted her roommate, tried to reach her at school. She wasn't there, and the roommate said that she hadn't been there for a while. But did they ever
find out where she was?
She was with R. Kelly, and they probably didn't know where he was.
See, now I'm gonna have to watch this show again, because I remember watching the older sister, the mom, and them saying that as she was traveling or going on tour with R. Kelly, or she would go do studio sessions.
But then you also got to understand, as she reaches a certain age, how do you tell that your child, who is considered an adult now, I don't want you traveling with this person? Because that was the same thing with Dominique's mom, when she said that her Dominique told her she was gonna go be with
to be 18
and she was like 18 or 19 and she said, "This is a 19-year-old girl." But then it became worrisome for her when she couldn't see her daughter. So the whole thing with that interview where you said Azriel was getting worked up and everything, did you see R. Kelly's interview?
I kind of seen bits and pieces.
Did you see bits and pieces? So I'm just gonna point something out here. Azriel mimicked pretty much everything that R. Kelly did in his interview. I said it. Stockholm Syndrome is in full effect. Like, literally, the getting upset and yelling, breaking down and crying. The comments about it was all about money, and the repeating over and over again. Couldn't really get too many facets of why they felt it was about money. It was always about money. It's always about money. And Joycelyn sat there, "Yep, they just wanted money. Yep, they just wanted money. They just wanted money." And then if you watch the documentary, and it was in that 5th episode where the person who was completely blacked out, where they would not show their identity. And this is before this interview. Okay, this documentary was done before this interview was done, and that person said R. Kelly would have them write out statements against themselves. He would have them either write out statements saying that they did not have any sexual relationship while they were underage, and that he would also have them write out statements saying that just in case their parents pushed them onto him for money.
I think
and
that
what has
people,
these two girls been saying the entire time?
I think
My parents pushed us onto them for money.
As we talk about this, we got to realize that it's a bigger issue. Like, we just talking about it because it's R. Kelly. But do you realize that stuff like this happens
It
to
happens all the time.
people?
It happens all the time.
Like, so do we just make people need to be aware of
Everybody
it
needs to be
together?
aware. Everybody
I mean,
needs to
I
be
get
aware.
this whole Stockholm syndrome thing. It makes sense as far as, like, these girls watching the interview. But I was always a little bit skeptical about Azriel's parents, even before she did this interview, even watching that documentary, the little docuseries things, I was sketchy about her parents. But, I mean, I'm not going to say they're not brainwashed or whatever the case
from Stockholm
is
syndrome or
with
whatever.
R. Kelly, because they do believe, like, oh, they're really in
They
a
believe that they love him. They
believe,
and I 100% believe that they are in love with him, because he probably tells them all the time he loves them.
But
he's also probably slapping them upside their head.
How women want to stay involved in relationships when they husbands or boyfriends or baby daddies is beating on them or doing them wrong or got 2 and 3 girlfriends.
But he loved me.
It's okay, because this where he about to be at the end of the night. He's still coming home at the end of the night.
The only thing I agree with that interview, what Azriel said, was Gail asking about their sexual relationship. That was unnecessary.
Yeah,
that was the only thing that I agree with. That was unnecessary.
She was going to dig.
Yeah, she was going to dig, but they're of age. So if all 3 of them are having sex together, that's none of her business.
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? That was the only thing that I agree with. But one of the things that I wanted to say, because we about to run out of time. One of the things that I wanted to say was, I don't know if Aaliyah was the first underage girl that he slept with, or if there was any before her, but I feel like if people in his camp would have stopped it there, or had said something then, I don't think we would be at this point right now.
Or if even the first time that these charges were brought up against him, these however many years ago,
we run out of time and I can't even talk about Sparkle's niece.
He wasn't acquitted.
I wanted to say something about Sparkle's niece as well. So one of the things that I remember from the documentary was they kept talking about a trainer, that there was a trainer there, not somebody to get them physically in shape and keep their body right, but somebody there to teach them how to please R. Kelly. I'm gonna put it out there. I think that is Sparkle's niece.
Where's that even coming from?
It was one of those things that I wanted to point out, had been on my mind all day, is how deep somebody can get into this. If we talking about Stockholm syndrome and somebody who feel like, they really care, they care about this person care about them, and they're gonna do everything to make them happy. We ran out of time, but I'm just gonna say this little thing right here.
Go ahead.
They were saying that there was a trainer, and one of the ladies, Asante McGee, said that when she met him, because he really doesn't care about age, he likes them young, but if he can manipulate you, it don't matter. It don't really matter how old you are. So he gonna manipulate you. That's how it is. But she said that she met the trainer, and the trainer was in her early 30s. Right now, she would be in her mid 30s right now. And then he asked her, he had her on all fours, butt naked, how long you been with me? And this girl said, about 16 years. Y'all do the math.
Wait, but is this like an actual video?
No, this is an interview she did with a radio show. Asante McGee. An interview she did, and she said that it was like some certain things, red flags that she should have paid attention to earlier, but she really didn't pay attention to. And one of them was like, she was on the tour bus and she thought it was just the 2 of them. And then he picked up some phone or something, said, come here. And the trainer, she said she was introduced to the trainer when she moved in with him. The trainer came out of the room.
But
and this girl,
back then, wouldn't the girl have been the same age as her? Or like around the same age as Aaliyah? Because when he pissed on her, she was only 13.
She was 14.
14.
She was 14.
So when is this girl talking about the trainer came about? I'm confused.
So the trainer, this girl, this happened 2016, and Asante said she was like 35.
Asante is the lady the dark skinned lady with the long. Okay.
So she said at
but
the
did
time
you also hear her daughter came out
35.
and said something about her lying too?
No, I didn't.
Asante's daughter, as I
said that Asante is lying. Well, there's something saying there's apparently a video of Dominique saying that her mom didn't rescue her that day at the hotel.
It's all gonna unfold. Before we go and close this, I do want to just say, people are making like this whole R. Kelly thing. You know how Bill Cosby was trying to buy NBC, and then all of these allegations. Oh my God, Bill Cosby, whatever.
Yeah.
And then something happened to, it was another black person. So everybody is saying like R. Kelly is next. But I can't really agree with it because, 21 Savage. I heard mommy was telling me and my fiance was telling me
we're not allowed to say his
21
name.
Savage started cleaning up his image, so to say. So that's why he got arrested for being an alien. Did you hear about that?
No, I did not hear.
So yeah, he got arrested by ICE or whatever the junk is for being illegal or something like that. But everybody, some people are saying R. Kelly is the next person. But the only reason why I can't agree with that, because what is R. Kelly trying to do that's great that they trying to come after him for? I didn't hear about him opening no school. I didn't hear about him cleaning up the water in Flint. That was Jaden Smith. I didn't hear about him doing nothing good for the environment, for the black community, since this is what this is all about. This man of color is being shot down. So please, somebody tell me what great thing R. Kelly was doing that we now bashing him about to try to get him to to try to make this seem like he didn't do something or did something that he didn't. Anyways, that closes show number 4. Make sure that you comment, subscribe, give us some show ideas so we could talk about something other than R. Kelly, because I'm about sick of him now.
Oh, and I just want to thank everybody for all the views on our
last couple
videos.
Yeah,
our last couple videos, because it was it's slow going here, but thank you guys, because those views kind of went up and out of nowhere. I have no idea where they came from.
All right,
but so I want to selfie before we finish this. I'm tired, and I look a mess.
Wait, one more, because my hair's sticking up.
Your hair looks fine. My hair look a mess.
There we go. All right.
That's it.
Chat. Peace.
Satchai on the beat.
No, not quite. I'm just
I hear the noise over here.
But this the funny stuff that be happening when we don't be recording. So this the
when we don't before we get stiff.
Yeah, this the bloopers.
Before we start sitting there like this.
Yeah, and
so
today
then that's stiff. Today we're gonna talk about the Jussie Smollett issue that is going on. What are we, news reporters?
Tragic.
Are we news reporters? What is this?